And
Yung pangalan? Okay.
okay, hi everyone. Hello and welcome to the Dyosa Channel. Today we have a super special guest who is an old acquaintance and friend of mine, Pearl Ancheta, who is a therapist, but also I know have gone through beautiful journeys in an art practice, and also in terms of intuition or even energy work from the pandemic and then until now. So I am very excited. Welcome, Pearl. Hi, how are you?
Josa. And to the viewers of ating Josa na si Ayat, thank you for the invitation to have this conversation with you. Ayan.
Yeah,
Hello.
so ano, tawag dun, you're one of the people that I think have a very inspiring story. Simply because from what I know, sometimes in energy healing groups or even in new age healing circles, parang merong, nako, therapy, ganito yan. And then with, therapists or psychologists, meron namang, ano ba yan, woo-woo, ganyan. And then I think now we're at an era wherein why not? Why not combine things? Why not personalize things? Why not, depending on the person's context, a mix and match of different things could work. So, first of all, what do you do, Pearl? And how did you get from what you're doing now, and, from before? Like, ayun, tell us more about you.
Thank you for that awesome question because ang haba, medyo mahaba yung kwento. So, iiksian ko na lang. Di ba, nung first time na na-meet kita, no, I was just in grad school. So, um, when you mentioned na I have a beautiful story, thank you. But I also find your story beautiful. That's the reason why I said yes for this conversation, meaningful conversation. Kasi you're one of the people who inspired me, especially when I had my transition this year. So
Mhm.
going back to the question, so maybe I'll be able to touch that later. No? Paano ako nakarating dito? So, um, yung background na, yung background ko with my family, I grew up in a very spiritual family. So, espiritista kami. Pero yung spiritista kasi maraming versions yan. Pag nanood ka ng movies, ganyan, pwedeng iba yung the way we are represented, no? Um, but it's more of energy healing, yung ginagawa. My grandparents, my parents, my father used to be healers. And wala na din sila, but they have built different communities, ganyan, helping people. There, we are also families of farmers. Side ng father ko yun. And I had way back 2007. So, nagkaroon ako ng catalyst. So, even as a young pearl naman, I go to our spiritual gatherings, ganyan. But, syempre, hindi siya yung, parang it was for me, there was a time lang na, oh, I need to have a community. So, I have to join, to go regularly to the, ano, spiritual gathering. But then, nung 2007, there's something happened to me physiologically, lahat na emotionally, lahat na ng aspect of my life. I needed to a time off, and then nagkasakit ako. So I saw it as a spiritual journey, and hindi kasi kami mahilig sa doctor. But prior to that, I was hospitalized. I stayed in the hospital for like 6 days straight. And it was hard for the doctor to know kung ano yung nangyayari sa akin. And then, nalaman na it's a mild mitral valve prolapse. So, hindi, yung kunwari, ito yung heart, hindi siya nakapag-close ng nagka-heart siya.
Emoji! O, diba?
So may ganyan. So hindi siya nagka-close. So may opening. So hindi masyadong ganun yung mitral valve prolapse. And then the doctors told me na hindi ko naman yun ikakamatay. But the experience for me was different. It's more intensified ganyan. So I asked my mom na, hey, can you please take me home na it feels like I'm not going to make it here. So I went back home, and then syempre the usual na may routine, may mga fellow spiritistas who prayed for me and then who guided me through my journey. But then I also had my own journey at home kasi hindi ako lumalabas at that time. I was just how young? How young? Well, yes, mga siguro 23 siguro ako that time. And then, I took it as a spiritual journey because hindi naman kami mahilig sa doctors na. Although, my siblings are nurses na. So, I read the Bible from Old to New Testament, and then I was inspired by a friend who's a Jiddu Krishnamurti advocate. So I've started reading Jiddu Krishnamurti, Eastern philosophies, and then it led me to Osho, Sri Maharaj, sino pa ba? Gopi Krishna, mga meditation teachers, and Buddhism, hindi well, my orientation with Buddhism is through the book of Herman Hesse and ano pa ba? Timothy Leary. He's a psychologist, pero I've known him through his work sa Taoism. Yung I like what he or how he translated yung uh, the the name that can be named is not the true name. Parang ganun, the Tao that can be named is not the true Tao. Yung mga ganun. So, for me, I was really drawn to Eastern philosophy. So, then nag-start yung journey ko into healing. So, wala pa ako sa psychology, wala pa ako sa science na. And then, someone recommended na, why don't you try Ayurveda? Kasi nga, I was so sick at that time. And I asked my mom na, why don't we go to Manila? Parang may nakita ako na Ayurveda in Manila and I want to try it because it was recommended by a friend. And then I've learned about Ayurveda. It's holistic approach that consists of yoga and then proper nutrition, lifestyle. So that's when I got inspired na ay maganda tong ano holistic approach. So I was a patient and volunteer as well. For as a patient, mga siguro a year or two. As a volunteer, matagal na as an advocate of Sandhi Ayurveda or Sandhi or Ayurveda, sorry. Ayurveda in general, mga ilang years na din, mga siguro 5 to 6 years or even more. Because I like the concept nga, no, na may yoga na, may spiritual aspect pa if you are practicing, you have spiritual practice, plus the lifestyle, yung kinakain, food and nutrition. So, hindi lang naman yun. So, I had my first psychotherapy, um, and I reached out to the psychotherapists because I didn't know what to do with my life then. Parang I was in a healing journey. Yes, I was aware of that, but parang parang may kulang. Parang there's more that I need to do. Parang ganon. And then so lagi namin pinag-usapan sa session namin, what do you want to do, Pearl? Laging ganon. Because I really don't know what to do with my life. So sabi ko, hindi ko alam. Laging ganon. Eh, nagbabayad ako per session. So sabi ko, hindi na yata okay to. Kasi laging paikot, di ka, what do you want to do? Ganyan, ganyan. Pero hindi ko alam. So nakatatlong session siguro kami na ganon. 1 oras, walang ma-figure out uh, what do I want to do. And then, one time I told him na, oh, when I was in college, I guess, gusto kong maging psychologist, pero wala namang psychology course sa province namin. So, I didn't get the chance to come here in Manila kasi sabi ng mom ko, ako yung youngest and baka I won't be able to manage the Manila lifestyle daw. So, hindi ako nakapunta dito. Sabi niya, so why don't you enroll in a master's degree program ng psychology? Tapos sabi ko, pwede ba yun? Kasi com-arts ako. Tapos sabi niya, oo naman, ang dami akong kakilala, ganyan, ganyan. So, doon na nagsimula. Tapos sabi niya, would you like to have, would you like me to create a treatment plan for you? So, kasi wala pa akong decision na-explore lang namin yung psychology that time. Tapos sabi ko, oh, sige po, doc, I would love to have that. And then, nagmuni-muni ako, and then nag-search ako ng mga school, ganyan, and then, meron namang tumanggap sa akin. Kasi com-arts grad nga ako. Tapos, minessage ko yung psychotherapist ko, and then told him na, ay sorry, hindi na po ako magpupush through dun sa treatment plan because I'm planning to enter the grad school na kasi nakapasa na ako, ganyan, may interview na.
Yeah,
And
amazing. Mm.
so, my journey of becoming a psychologist, it's not in my plan. I just wanted to have something to do kasi I
Mm-hmm.
was healing na, and then I can't explain to other people na I'm here in Manila healing my mind and body kasi hirap
Mm-hmm.
intindi province, diba? So I should have something tangible to show them na I'm doing this. Kasi I'm doing a lot of things like community work, ganyan, going to the monastery, volunteering here and there for
Mm-hmm.
kids, kung ano-anong iba-ibang um, mga communities. And then, pag sinabi ko na, ay, I'm completing my master's degree program, ganyan, ganyan, tahimik na. Tapos, ayun na sila. Ayun,
Amazing.
yes, yes. I entered the master's degree program ng psychology na out of passion.
Yeah.
Kasi, kasi sa Eastern philosophy, it's about psychology din eh. Although they are not
Mm.
using it, but it's been there. Yung mga nalalaman
Yeah.
natin.
Yeah. Yeah. If thank you for sharing that, Pearl. Wonderful story and wonderful journey of being such a curious learner and also dedicating a lot of your time to service, in many different forms from community work to um, um, sharing your practices, sharing your sessions with others, and and I'm happy to hear that, after those sessions of you don't know what to do and now you're doing it. Now you're doing, the things that give you purpose and meaning. I would like to ask, like specifically, for the online community who is following these interviews in the Dyosa channel or on different social media pages, um, what would you advise someone? I mean, right now, where you are and maybe who was watching this, what would you advise someone who is in the same predicament and going, I don't know what to do next. I don't know what I want. And it feels like I feel, and that person probably feels so many things because of even that idea of that person must know what she wants, like right now. So, can you give us some tips or advice for people who are going through that now?
Oh, that's a pretty hard question. Because when kunwari, pag there's a client or someone who's searching for something meaningful na gagawin in life, no? When you ask, anong gusto mong gawin? So, parang actually, it's a question na I reflected on for a very long time. Na sabi ko, parang there should be probably a different question to ask. Um, but I haven't formulated the right question din naman. But I think, kasi pag yun, yung pag tinanong na, what do you want to do? Pag yun yung question is, parang it's a dead end kasi that's the reason why I am here. So, for me, it's more of asking the person na ano yung mga interest mo, ano yung mga ayun mo, yung passion mo, we start with that, no? Kahit nasabihin nila, ah, um, wala masyado eh, parang I don't know, parang hindi naman na kasi ako katulad ng ibang tao na I want to, paglaki ko, gusto ko maging lawyer, ganyan, ganyan. And hindi rin ako ganun talaga. Hindi ko sinabi na paglaki ko, gusto ko maging psychologist, may pangalan, may whatever. Um, I go for the interest, kahit na parang they see it as a petty, na parang thing na, interest ko yun eh. Hindi naman siya pang ano, parang hindi naman siya yung hindi ako kikita doon, parang
Mm-hmm.
hindi naman siya. So I would emphasize that those little things can actually open up kung ano
Mm-hmm.
yung meron sa starts with the passion eh.
Yes.
It should start yung it should rekindle the fire in you. So
Yes.
doon ka and then from there you might know someone, you might meet someone. So just like you,
Mm-hmm.
'di ba? I'm into dancing, I'm into movement. Hindi
Mm-hmm.
naman talaga classes ng dance pero uma-absent pa ako sa grad school para umattend ng sayaw galaw noon. Grabe ganun ako ka-addict. Baka pwede namang umalis na ako ng mas aga kasi may pa-workshop, ganyan, and I paid the, ganyan, ganyan. Tapos, oh, sure, ganyan. And I've learned a lot dun sa mga, and I like it. So, yun yung lagi kong sinasabi na, you don't just learn inside the academic world kung nasa academe ka man ngayon, but also outside. So, kung yung mga nawawala, I like what Marie Forleo termed it, or encapsulated it na to be multi-passionate. Kasi yung mga iba,
Mm.
they believe as someone na I think there's something wrong with me daw. Kasi I've consulted many psychotherapists din, mga psychologists. Kasi daw, palipat-lipat ako. Like, bakit ako nag-com arts? Bakit ako nag-BS nursing? Ngayon, I'm into psychology. Tapos, kung saan-saan ako nagpa-consult for my healing journey, like Ayurveda, nag-Reiki, nag-pranic healing, nag-homeopathy, Western way ng healing. So, ayun, nagtatamsa ako. Sorry.
Is that emoji? See, the emoji is saying it's okay to be multi-passionate.
Ayan. So, sabi ko nun, really, is there really something wrong with me? Bakit daw I'm into many things, and now I'm and
Embracing being
oo,
multi-passionate.
akong na-encounter na clients na would come to me na hindi ko alam yung ano kasi ang dami kong ginagawa, ganyan, ganyan. It seems like I have to focus on something. So sabi ko, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, this is just one perspective, no? So, syempre, it's a case-to-case basis naman, like,
Mm.
yeah, so, kunwari, yung isang perspective dito is, if you have the luxury to try a lot of things, then why not? So, that's when you can see kung saan ka, di ba? Parang dito, mas gusto ko mag-focus. Eto. So, sabi nga ni Marie Forleo na we are multi-passionate beings. So, hindi lang iisa. Hindi lang siya entrepreneur, hindi lang siya dancer, hindi lang siya a speaker, pero a lot of things. So parang ganun, naka-identify ako, naka-relate ako sa kanya. And yun din yung sinasabi ko sa mga clients ko na, you don't have to be just someone,
You
isa
know,
lang.
yeah, you don't have to be boxed in. Yeah.
Ganun din, di ba? So, I remember, I attended nakita ko pa nga yung pictures natin doon somewhere here, yung sa may, you performed and I've seen you evolve from a ballerina and then,
Mm.
di ba
In
yung
UP? In UP? No.
years, anong tawag dito sa circuit, Makati
Ah,
Circuit,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Brown Madonna. Yeah, yeah.
yung yan. So I've seen your story unfold from there, and of course pag nung magkasama na tayo, you've also invited me sa isang community to help
Yeah,
people.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That also inspired me na unconsciously that time na I was really drawn to your story. Every time I talk to someone na, Aya ganyan. Yeah, I like Aya ganyan. I would tell them na, kasi I've seen her evolve into so many things, and she's so humble to share her story na from ballerina, may pa-zumba ka pa. There's a story na yun. Parang I want to know your identity, yung ganun. And then yung
Yeah.
ako na touch noon recently this year, second quarter of this year, no, nung nakita ko yung video mo na you used to be closeta with your spiritual
Oh,
practice, and
yeah, yeah, super. Mm.
doon ako na I was at that point of my life din early this year na saan nga ba ako? Parang I think my soul was called, my creative energy is calling me somewhere else. Pero I
Mm.
didn't dito ako pupunta. Parang hindi yan yung typical eh. Laging ganun. Yung parang
Mm.
hindi explain, bakit ka pupunta diyan? Parang hindi mo alam
Mm.
kung ano. So, it takes a lot of courage. I've read so many stories, you and other uh, inspiring women as well. My friend Tweet, she's an author.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, so and another friend, Diwa, she's into food, um, film director. So, ang daming friends
Mm.
ko na
Yeah.
I and then, yun, yung mga stories ninyo na, oo nga, no, parang sila nga. So, and then, friends would tell me na, oh, you're a kind of person na you are not put into a box, one box lang, and then you'll flourish. Hindi ka namin nakita doon kasi marami kong communities, may writing communities, may dance, may
Yeah.
theater.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So,
And ano, tawag dun, I think this is really, a good message to really debunk that myth that we can only be one thing. And that's probably the story of a different generation. And like less than 100 years ago, oh, women cannot own property or have their own money, right? Or kailan lang ba, I mean, able to vote, or when we were able to work outside of just being in the domestic home. We're only secretaries and whatnot. And now there's just more possibilities because we now have access to more information, more education, and more, a seat at the table and everything. So I think, I mean, this is the time that we could also own that we are multifaceted, ganyan, and that there's so much for us to explore. So I also like want to say kudos to you, for also unboxing yourself, for also no longer judging yourself for all the other interests you have and passions you have, because also being part of those different communities, I feel the advantage of that is, alam mo yun, you're able to have different kinds of conversations. You're able to have different key experiences that give you joy, and you could rely on those experiences to make up, like, wow, that your life has meaning and has joy and it has, many different places, and resources. Um, I want to talk about your art because the last time we talked, is that you started painting and that you're going to exhibit. So, how is that working? Is this all related to the holistic health that you're advocating for? Does it help you as a person, as a clinical psychologist? Is there, for those, because we also know, especially in the Philippines, nauuso na rin this year after the pandemic, intuitive arts therapy or expressive arts therapy, which me personally, I love, like, painting, or drawing is just another form of expressing one's intuition. And I would say, iba lang na language yung dance, but then, these things are just, beautiful. So how is that experience for you? And can you tell us more about it?
yes, thank you to Ace Ong because she's a friend of
Who
mine.
is such an amazing crochet artist.
So actually nahiya ako nun kasi parang uh, alam mo yun I didn't know how big her name is in the art scene. So nagkakilala kami in a different way about aging, about a common friend, ganyan. So there was just one time na nandito lang ako sa dito lang ako nakaupo, and then I was thinking na I want to do something new. Paano ba paano ba mag-exhibit ng artwork, ganyan. Tapos, minessage ko lang siya, sabi ko, Ace, paano mag-exhibit ng artwork, ganyan. Tapos, sabi niya, ano ba yung artwork mo na yan? Sabi niya gano'n. Tapos, I just took a picture. Can you send me a picture of your artwork, ganyan. Tapos, nag-send ako, and then, sinend niya pala sa kakilala niya, si Ana. Tapos, sabi niya, sige, okay daw. So, tapos, parang gano'n lang, parang, yun lang yung question ko nun, paano makapasok paano exhibit, yun lang yung question ko, paano makapag-exhibit ng mga artwork. So, yun na daw, and then, she asked mo for the profile, ganyan-ganyan. So, which is very neat to me. I mean, like, I create my profile for as a psychologist, but as an artist, parang, ano ilalagay ko dito, ganyan-ganyan. So, for me, it was really a different experience, and to be honest, I'm uncomfortable to say I'm an artist because parang I don't have the qualification if I'm going to like see yung mga other artists, but then I also don't want to uh, to downgrade what I have accomplished because I am an advocate of creative spirit, no, tapping into your creative energy, listening to your creative self because we are all creative. Yun yung lagi kong sinasabi. And I like yung sinabi ni Rick Rubin, sabi niya na we are all living as artists kasi we are all creators, we are all creatives, we have that creative spirit in us and we can always tap that anytime that we want. So yun yung ina-advocate ko every time na meron akong nakikilala or even with my clients or outside my clinical practice, and sabi ko na, hey, you know what, I can see your potential na parang magaling ka dito, ganyan, ganyan. So parang, yun, on a daily basis, actually, we create eh. It's just that, parang feeling lang natin na usual na sa atin yun. Pero, kunwari, pumunta ka sa grocery store, tapos, may event doon na hindi mo inaasahan, and then, go with the flow lang, and you were able to surpass the challenge or unexpected event. So, that's already a creation, parang creativity in expression, parang ganun yung sa akin. Parang on a daily basis, parang, oh, kung hindi ka nakasakay ng jeep, edi lilipat ka sa ibang ways how to go and how to get to your destination, mga ganun. So, that for me is a, a creative expression nung intelligence na meron tayo that is also reflected in nature. So, as an artist, I'd say na, well, I identify myself as an intuitive artist kasi
Mm.
hindi naman ako lesson, wala naman. So, I just use art to express myself, like anything else na, like, I would go to the park na pag sobrang, I feel like I'm so stressed na, tense na yung mga
Mm.
muscles. Punta lang ako, gulong ako doon, I would dance, I don't care kung anong,
Amazing.
yes, I just go and follow my body's rhythm. Parang ganun din sa mga artwork. Baka pag titignan siguro nung iba, like the artist talaga na parang arts and crafts lang naman yung ginawa niya. But behind it, there's meaning, of course. There's also the science. I want to use it to educate people about the science behind ng psychology, mental health, and also parang ganun. Parang mas maging visual lang. Kasi ako din, very visual din ako mag-isip. I need to imagining a lot of things. Ganyan. So, creativity. So, just to, to connect this dun sa previous na question mo na, um, kung may naghahanap ng passion, ano yung gusto nilang, ano yung pwedeng gawin. So, hindi nasasayang kung meron kayong
Mm.
itatry.
Mm.
Crocheting. So, the earring that I'm wearing right now is something that I crochet. It's hindi siya
Wow.
hindi ko alam kung ano yung material niya, but it's siya.
Nice.
So, hindi siya yung yarn. And hindi siya sayang because, kunwari, nagte-therapy ako, anong passion mo? Anong interest mo? I like to learn crochet. So, um, I would show my clients na, hey, you know what? I crochet as well. I did this, ganyan. Or, I want to try sa art naman, visual, ganyan, ganyan. So, I would show them my work. Oh, eto, ginawa ko, ganyan, ganyan. So, from there, na-integrate ko sa therapy ko, sa client ko to be more relatable, na you can also
Mm.
do this out of passion, and who knows
Mm.
kung mapagkakakitaan or ano yung gusto mo pa doon, then that's a bonus na. So, yun sa akin. So, I integrate yun sa art. And I want to deepen my yung knowledge ko into art. Um, but let's see kung sa kailan yon. Dapat nga attend ako ng International Expressive Arts Therapy, that was a conference in Taiwan, pero hindi ako. I'm planning, hopefully, sana sa US or somewhere else kung saan ulit sila magkakaroon. Kasi it's very interesting. Hindi lang siya yung arts na visual, but pag sinabi nating expressive therapy, nandiyan yung drumming. So I also book a session with John D for the djembe. Um,
Nice. That's so amazing.
may mga instruments ako dyan. So, I'm into a lot of things na sasabihin nila, you're so into many things. But then, I would, assist them to na in-knit together na actually, kung titignan mo to, parang ano lang siya actually. Parang siyang magulo, pero para siyang na-knit, para siyang na-crochet into one thing na sa core, kumbaga sa pinaka-core is this creative energy, and then I'm using psychology as a platform to do this, to do
Mm.
that, and this. Ang daming pwedeng gawin eh. So,
Yeah.
that's all I like my profession because I can integrate a lot of things na mas marami pa akong makaka-relate,
Mhm.
mas marami. relate sa akin din ng mga clients, mga outside therapy sessions. So, yeah,
Okay.
ang haba. So, yun.
Okay, how can we find you, Pearl? For those who are watching here and wants a session with you, do you have an upcoming event, or can we also buy your artworks online, or anyone who's interested in a one-on-one session with you?
All right. Thank you, Aya. So, my transformation. This is what you usually see kung magbubook kayo ng session sa akin. But, saan niyo ako mahahanap? Just Google my name, Pearl Ancheta, and you would see it. You would see the link. You can just click it in Google. Yun lang yan. Yun lang. Walang, very simple lang. You can also find me in LinkedIn if you want, pero very accessible sa Google yung pangalan ko. Yun. And you can make your schedule there, appointment, and
Yeah.
kung ano yung concern ninyo. Yun lang. And
Yeah.
mga keys, maybe 2024 na, mga pa-workshops in relation to arts as well. Ano pa ba? Marami akong naka-line up na mga activities and events. So, I'll let you know, guys. Thank you,
Yeah.
Josa, to be here.
Just A is fine. We're all Josas. Thank you so much. We're so happy you could make it. Thank you for the many nuggets of wisdom from the stories and your personal story that you shared with us. I'm very sure that the Dyosa Channel community would be happy to meet you someday and let us meet again someday. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bye.